Hello everyone, this is Swapna from Magic Paper Pixie. I hope all of you are doing well and staying safe. Today we have three simple birthday cards rather. Since we are celebrating Craftangle's birthday month this month, the theme is around birthdays, sparkles and confetti. So I have three simple birthday cards. For the first card, I have used a watercolor paper. This is a Craftangle's watercolor paper which was A5 in size. I have cut it down to fit on a panel of A2 cards. I always keep my A2 cards, note cards ready beforehand so that I can simply go ahead with the card as soon as I finish working on the panel. So for the first card, I have used some basic watercolors and I was planning to use one of my horoscope stamp sets. So I used some watercolors and I thought I'll go ahead and paint it in different shades of blue. So I used a broad brush and simply colored my panel very randomly with different shades of blues and greens. I somehow like the combination of blue and green, so I thought I'll go ahead and color my entire panel very randomly with this color. Once my panel was semi-dry, I thought of giving it a little bit of shine. So I decided to use a few gilding flakes on top of this card, and honestly I was experimenting totally, so I wanted to see how they stick. And I went ahead and sprinkled a few here and there to see if they actually stick on. And once it was a little semi-dry, I used my stencil brush and removed the excess off from the panel. And to be very honest, I really like the effect. So to give it a final touch, I wanted to dry it off with my heat gun before stamping my zodiac or my horoscope stamp set on this card. I thought of making this card horizontally, so in a landscape mode. I simply went ahead and stamped the horoscope sign Gemini and decided to stamp the sentiment Happy Birthday. Now for both the stamping these stamps, I have used black archival ink, and like you saw, it really took me quite a while to stamp them because my archival ink was a little dry, so I had to refill and redo the whole card. And after that, I went ahead with a distress tool and give it a rough edge around the watercolor panel before adhering it on the note card. I wanted the card to look a little distressed, so I like the look of a rough panel on the note card. After I did that, I simply adhered some jewels and some sequins just to give it a little bit of more bling. I really like how quick and easy this card is to make. It just took me 5 minutes to put the whole card together. Now for the second card, I decided to use this little boy's image from the stamp set Sweet Love from Craftangles. Now I decided to stamp this on a Copic friendly note card and simply color it. I was not planning to do much. I wanted to keep the card as simple as possible, so I've done some very basic Copic coloring with a little darker shades toward the edges and a little lighter shades towards the inside to show a shadow effect. And once I colored this image, I fussy cut this image because I wanted to place it on a stenciled background. So once I fussy cut the image, I went around the image with a dark black, or you can use a dark grey pen just to make sure that the image is more defined. Now coming to the panel, I had a background frame die which I used to make the panel just to give it more interest, and I decided to use the stencil Heartful by Craftangles and use a very light distress oxide color, that is tumbled glass, to give a very light effect on the background. I wanted the image to stand out more than the background, so I am going in with a very light hand over the panel. And as you can see, I really like how the hearts looked over the background, and I decided to use some double-sided foam tape and adhere the boy's image on the card and simply stamp a simple sentiment for Happy Birthday. And since I thought that a lot of space was left in the card, you can leave it as it is and believe me, it looks good, but I was planning to use this card for a friend, so I decided to stamp an extra sentiment to this saying Happy Birthday to my wonderful friend. And I really like how simple and elegant this card looks. Then finally, as always, just to give it a little more shine, I used some sequences which coordinate with the colors of the card, and used a little bit of the Spectrum Noir glitter pens. And that's it. Once I thought my panel looked good, and I went ahead and I adhered this on a simple white A2 note card. This card also was extremely easy and simple to put together. All these cards have not taken me more than 10-15 minutes to actually make. Now moving on to the third card. The third card, I decided to use this floral stamp set. I have used this stamp set quite a lot in my previous cards as well, and it's quite versatile. So this time I decided to use just the bud part of the flower. So I masked the big flower on the stamp set with some washi tape, and I decided to emboss the image first before coloring. So I used Versamark ink and stamped this image, that is just the first bud, on a Copic friendly note card. Here I am just trying to place the image. You're supposed to remove the washi tape and then stamp the image. Once I stamped this image, I wanted to see if I can use the same bud stamp set and just align it to make sure that I get two buds on the same stem, or rather shooting out of the same branch rather. I like how this card looks, and I kind of smudged my Versamark ink a little, but absolutely no worries, since I was planning to heat emboss it with some golden embossing powder. The smudging would eventually get covered up. Then I decided to do a little bit of Copic coloring, and like I always say, if you're going over any image after embossing or after using embossing powder, please be careful of your alcohol markers. The tips can get ruined. I usually like doing this, and I'm very careful with my Copic markers. So as of now, none of my alcohol markers have been damaged. But I do recommend first stamping the image with a lighter color, coloring the image, and then heat embossing with some embossing powder. So once I finished coloring this image in pink and green, I thought of fussy cutting it, and rather than keeping it on a single layered card, I decided to fussy cut it and place it on a more textured background. So for a textured background, I usually like using the watercolor paper, which is more rough, and it somehow, I think it gives a really nice textured look to the card, and I often use this. For this particular card, I finally decided and changed my mind about using a white A2 note card and swapped it with the caramel brown cardstock by Craftangles. It is a 250 GSM cardstock, and it is really nice for making cards. So just to give it a different look, I decided to use the A2 note card. The color is caramel brown, and decided to paste the watercolor textured paper on top of this panel, a little tilted. And then again I used the same happy birthday sentiment and stamped it in Memento black ink on top of the panel. Then I realized that since it was a textured panel, it didn't stamp quite clearly, so I went over the sentiment with my Micron pens just to make it a little darker. And then finally I decided to splatter some black ink on top of the card just to give it a little bit of a shabby look, and finally adhere some clear water droplet and sequins. That's it. That's my third card. It's fairly simple again to make. All these birthday cards were made really quickly. That's a lot accomplished in very little time. Here are a few close-up images of all the 3 cards that we made today. Do let me know how you like these cards, and don't forget to tag me and Craftangles in case you decide to try a hand at any of these techniques. If you haven't already, do not forget to subscribe to this channel for more ideas and inspiration. Until later, take care, stay safe, and happy crafting.